Live now to the Melbourne Cricket Ground. There's the coach. Farcical, I think, was one word used to describe his coaching appointment.
The day of the game, I get a phone call from a mystery person. This person says to me he's got mail out of the New South Wales camp that Gus has said the first person that yells Queenslander out of that mob, I want you to put one on his chin. So I said, who's going to yell it out first? And fair dinkum, about 25 sets of hands went up.
Expectations of high drama in the first scrum. They're talking that the first scrum could be a blower.
Gus said, if you want to get on, do it early. And so it was organised pretty much by the players. First scrum was going to be on. I can remember the night before the game, I was in Paul Harrigan's room, the chief. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, it's going to be a big brawl. And then I started thinking, hang on, what if one of the front rowers grabbed me? And he's like, mate, don't worry, I'll look after it.
The Maroons start. The question is, who will finish it?
I think both teams had the same idea as we're walking to the scrum.
It's the first scrum that we were talking about.
I heard someone yell out Queenslander, and I believe it was Wayne Bartram, our little hooker. He went, Queenslander.
When we came to that first scrum, I started mimicking the Queenslander call, you know. Man, 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 man.
It's about to erupt. Here we go.
And well, my God, it was on.
Well, we've seen plenty of this in Origin. This is one of the best. They've come from everywhere like it was almost a rehearsal. Have a look at them throw them.
It was just madness. Wherever I looked, you know, there was something going on, and you know, you had a bit of a toe-to-toe with one bloke, and then you swap to the next, and it was pretty out there.
Brawls are broken out. Hopewadi. He might be in his first Origin match.
I grabbed Adrian Liam, and we're going to have a cuddle, I think.
We sort of cuddled for a bit on the ground and throwing lefts and rights.
It would, I didn't really do much damage.
It spread all around the field, and I still remember Billy Moore and David Barnhill throwing punches.
Barnhill's involved.
I went looking for a weak point in their team, so I found Billy.
Well, this has been the best thing. Barnhill and Billy Moore, they have thrown plenty.
Luckily, Billy's not very good at throwing them, you know. Billy was only a stopgap footballer, really, at the best of times, Billy.
He threw 30 round arm punches.
I don't think one connected. You know, I just sent the air swings going.
I think in both camps' minds, they wanted to try and show some dominance in the first scrum.
Melbourne crowd never seen anything like this before. At the end, it was a pretty loud roar.
I'm happy that it went the way it did, because I think we won the fight, and guess what? We won the game.
Queensland have won, and they've won the series.
You know what? I just wish I had been on the field. Not.
We got the word in the team meeting before we left to go to the game. Fatty came in and said that he'd spoken to people inside the New South Wales camp, that New South Wales were going to teach us a lesson after the humiliation of the first game. And the first person who said Queenslander was going to get punched in the face.
I said, who's going to yell it out? And 17 hands just went straight up. It's good to see. I said, but, you know, play it smart. If it happens, go on with it. Smash them. But then the first team to start playing football after that will win the game. Well, I was sitting up in the grandstand with Choppy, and the first scrum went down. And I heard this, the Queenslander!
Well, they've come from everywhere like it was almost a rehearsal.
I think it was Tony Hearn who actually yelled out Queenslander, and so it was on.
And just broke apart, pick your partner who you wanted to fight. And I know Gary Larson and Greg Farmer, who were brother-in-laws, bumped into each other. They sort of half-cocked it, and they thought, no, we can't. They couldn't fight each other because their wives would have killed them. And I met up with David Barnhill, and we had a little bit of a fisticuff.
Well, this has been the best thing. Barnhill and Billy Moore, they have thrown plenty.
Yeah, what a fight, what a brawl, what a melee, a brouhaha.
And I did think that New South Wales, we knew that, one, we had to win that fight, and we had to win the next 10 minutes to stay in that game. To tell you the truth, in that fight, I don't know who I'd go, because it was just all on. It was all on, and it was just do your best.
There's bodies everywhere, and blokes are fighting and punches are being thrown. Like we had Matt Singh and Denny Moore giving it the New South Wales players they played with, at club level, and it was good.